AITA. Am I the a-hole for walking out of my sister's wedding as an organist, because she told me last minute that she didn't have any vegan options? I am 19M, and my sister, 22F, got married about a week ago. She was rather mean to me growing up, and I still don't like her very much. Several months ago, we were all having dinner as a family. I was asked by my sister if I could be the organist for her wedding. She told me that she can't pay me, but that I can have food at the buffet. Since most of the gigs that I do are paying ones, I initially said that she's going to have to pay me. But my parents got mad at me, and told me that it's unreasonable to expect family to pay me for playing music. I asked my sister if there'll be vegan options for her buffet, and she told me that she'll make sure that there will be. So I gave in and agreed to play, as long as she has vegan options for me. When I arrived on the day of the wedding, my sister came over and told me that she wasn't able to get any vegan options for the buffet, so she got an Impossible Whopper for me from Burger King on her way there. Not only was that completely insulting, it has mayo in it, so it isn't even vegan. I told her that I'm not going to play for the wedding unless she sends me $200 on Venmo right now. She went and discussed it with her fiancé, only to be told that she can't do that. So I immediately left the wedding and muted my sister, her fiancé, and my parents on my phone. There was no music for the wedding ceremony. I went to go see a movie with my friends instead. When I got home, my parents were predictably very angry and screaming at me. But I refused to apologize. I honestly don't care that much what they think anymore at this point, because I'm already moving out in less than a month. My sister is now demanding that I reimburse her $2,500 for the organ rental, and is threatening to take me to small claims court. I told her to pound sand because not only was there no contract, she didn't even uphold her end of our verbal agreement. Honestly, you just seem like you've been sucked in by this sub's rigid, unrealistic, and frankly immature views on family. Do you genuinely hate your family, or is it just my sibling and I don't get along? You ruined her wedding ceremony. I can't imagine how awkward and weird it was to walk down the aisle to no music at all. I feel so sad for your sister. While she should have paid if that's what was agreed, there are two main reasons you're the a-hole here. 1. Her literal wedding day was not the time or place to argue. You could have got your parents to pay you afterwards, or, heaven forbid, just played the organ instead of buying her a gift so that her wedding wasn't ruined. 2. You went nuclear by muting your phone and going to see a movie. You gave them no chance at all to realize you were serious and hand over the money. YTA dude. They're never going to forgive you for this and I don't blame them. PS. Spend less time on this sub before you do something like this again. NTA. Not the a-hole. You agreed vegan buffet food as payment for services. She couldn't pay, so you didn't provide the services. Also, total a-hole move offering to feed you from the buffet as payment in the first place. As a wedding guest, wouldn't you have got to eat anyway? She told me that she can't pay me, but that I can have food at the buffet. WTF is this even? Did her guest have to pay for their meal? Bold move. Look, I'm going to go ESH. Everybody sucks here, but justifiably so. I'm agreeing with you. OP was well justified, but still an a-hole. One of the many cases on this sub where they had an a-hole thing done to them, and responded with justified a-holeness back. Still a duck move, no matter how right they were to do it. YTA. You're the a-hole. Sorry, but you could have got mad about this after the wedding and not made a scene, maybe asked for something else in repayment after the wedding that wasn't your full rate. It's her wedding day and playing some music is not a big sacrifice for family. Even family you don't like much. You had an opportunity to be the bigger person and you blew it, and acted like a child. ESH. Everybody sucks here. But Jesus Christ dude, of course you're a huge frocking a-hole. Please do not let this revenge-hungry sub vindicate you, when everyone in your real life is telling you the truth. That you have done an incredibly selfish, petty thing, on an extremely important day of your sister's life. There were probably a million other things on her mind, and she still at least tried to get you the shooty whopper. I doubt many brides envision a food stop as part of their getting ready time. The forgetting your food is rude, but do not let that fool you into thinking that you are somehow in the right here. They could have ordered you food. It could have been another errand. These problems have solutions beyond, "Frock you, I'm leaving." Maybe she should have offered to pay you, but dude, you're her frocking brother. Think of it as a gift. You're 19, I doubt you bought her anything of use to her starting a new life. Get over yourself and admit that what you did was insanely self-absorbed. It seems like you were just looking for an excuse to ruin her day and make it about you, over your unfair treatment. It's sad that you guys don't love or respect each other, but it feels especially mean on your end, while she was just clearly preoccupied and possibly thinking about the budget of her wedding. Should I let my ex-boyfriend keep our cat? Hi Reddit, I don't know if this is a relationship issue, or even one that Reddit should be solving, but I don't know what to do, so here I am. Also, this is a throwaway because he uses Reddit, though not this sub very often, even though I'll probably give away too many identifying details anyway. Basically, I just broke up with my boyfriend of 2 years, and it was something I'd been thinking about for a while. He has some anger issues he needs to sort out, but won't/can't afford/doesn't have time to see a therapist for, and I was also starting to feel like I was being talked down to, and berated for my own issues, anxiety, which for me manifests as scatterbrain, forgetfulness, and general ADHD-like symptoms, which I am currently in therapy to work on. I don't know if it matters, but I also had an emotionally abusive relationship which ended about 2.5 years ago, that caused me a lot of self-worth issues as well as a difficulty knowing what is/isn't normal behavior in a relationship. I am learning and growing and have come a long way since then, but I still struggle from time to time. Anyway, my now ex and I adopted a kitten together about 3 months ago. I found her, applied for her, paid her adoption fees, picked her up, set up her chip, and brought her to her first vet visit. My name is on her papers and her chip. His is not. However, as we have been raising her together, she very much feels like our cat, even though we adopted her specifically because I wanted a kitten. Both my ex and I have grown very attached to her. I think I really hurt him with this breakup. Obviously breakups aren't easy, but since I've been thinking about it for a while, I've sort of made peace with the necessity of it and come to terms with the ending of it. Obviously he has not had the chance to do that, so the hurt is fresh. He asked me what we would do with the kitten, and I pointed out that she is technically mine since I paid for her, etc. Of course this made it all worse, because in taking her I'd be not only leaving him myself but also taking away the kitten that he loves dearly, as well as my other cat who I brought when I originally moved in, who he has grown fond of as well. I'm feeling really guilty about taking the kitten and am having second thoughts. Obviously I really want to keep her and I love her very much, and she is also very attached to me. However, I feel extremely guilty taking her from him, and even as I was leaving tonight, without her, since I'm not moving into my new apartment until tomorrow, and am just staying with my parents tonight, he said, "Don't take her away from me." I am really crushed by this. I feel horrible about how sad he is about the breakup, and I feel even more horrible about taking the kitten away from him too. So I've been thinking, maybe I should let him keep the kitten as a kind gesture. She would help him heal, and help the house not feel quite as empty as it might otherwise, and I could always get another kitten. My mom thinks it would be a nice idea. However, my friends think that I am being too soft, and that he doesn't deserve to keep her. I don't know what to do. TLDR. Do I let my, now ex-boyfriend keep our kitten, because I feel bad for breaking up with him and taking her away as well, or am I ridiculous for feeling guilty? Edit. I wanted to add that although he has anger issues, he isn't violent, so that's not a factor in this. I'm not worried about the kitten as he takes really good care of her, and honestly has a lot more cat stuff at his house than I have, so she would objectively be happy there. Could his anger issues ever manifest in treating the cat poorly down the line, when you're not there to see him taking care of her, especially if she reminds him of you? Think only of the cat's happiness and safety in this decision, and absolutely none of his. If you even have a tiny inkling that he could neglect this kitten in any way, you need to keep it and treat it right. If you think he needs a pet to get through this breakup, maybe give him $100 or so along with a local animal shelter's pamphlet of information, and hours to get his own pet. This way the pet will not remind him of you, the shelter can decide for themselves whether he's fit to be an owner, and you will have no guilt if he mistreats the pet, as it was not directly given to him by you. Kitten should go wherever it would be best cared for, I think, but if there isn't one of you that would clearly take better care, then I don't know. Personally, if you did decide to leave the kitten with him, I don't see any reason that would be bad. Your friends sound a little too biased. What matters is if he will take good care of the kitten, not if he deserves it. He sounds like he really loves the kitten. If you can bear to part with it, maybe you should. Good luck. It sounds like he contributed literally nothing to adopting this kitten except buy stuff. He may even want to keep her as a way to continue to communicate with you. I would absolutely not let anyone with anger issues keep a cat. Just because he's not physical now, doesn't mean he won't be in the future, and verbal abuse is just as damaging as physical. Plus, it is always best for a kitten to grow up with, if not another kitten another cat, she will be socialized way better. Frankly, I think the help him heal line is bullshit, again just to keep you on the hook.